So today we're heading into the Surrey countryside. The lady and gentleman who we're visiting today, Jeremy and Sam, they bought the plot, divided the plot, it had planning consents for 2 houses. Jeremy and Sam have actually gone for an elements home. It's a direction we see as becoming really popular going forwards. Be a great day, I'm looking forward to it. An autumnal day, the leaves are just starting to fall, and behind me I have a lovely house which has quite a story to tell. Oakwrights are well known for a full oak frame, but actually we build the super insulated panel system that allows us to build passive houses and then the high performance home. An element of oak, but the principal house is the high performance energy efficient panel system. So let's go and explore. Jeremy, Sam, good to see you.
Nice to see you. How are you?
Jeremy, lovely day and looking magnificent.
Thank you. Why don't you come on in?
Yes, looking forward to it.
After you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Come on in. This is our main formal living room, I suppose you'd call it.
The story that this room tells is how we've gone for creating the forever home, haven't we? Behind these doors, we have the hidden lift.
I said if we were going to move, I wasn't going to move again. So this was the last one.
Over the last sort of 10 years, the lifts have become so much more compact, haven't they?
And even before we put the double doors on to hide it, effectively hide it, even looking at that, it's a smoked glass door. You know, it's not ugly.
And the other thing, just noting as I walked in, I noticed that there was the glass on the fireplace.
So it holds the heat in, sends it, and it's sucked around the house.
So you've got the vent above, which is actually sucking the air, and then that air is sucked in and through the MVHR is just gently then blown throughout the house.
It heats the house, yeah.
And you still get the aesthetics of having an open fire.
Because you can never beat an open fire, can you? The look of an open fire, there's nothing like it. On the interior, was there any thoughts on the theme here? Or?
Just calm.
Calm.
I wanted it to feel friendly enough that we have 6 grandchildren, that they could come in here, jump about. There's nothing that's too precious, everything is, you know, usable. But at the same time, it had a little bit of formality about it.
And this is one room here, actually, where we just have a slight hint of the oak frame, don't we?
It was important for us that we acknowledge that we live in an oak-framed house, and keeping elements of it in more or less every room allowed for that.
So we have the central part of the house. I love this space because I think it's a great double use of space, isn't it really? And the connection and the lights are cascading through from the hallway through the centre into the kitchen.
It is about grabbing light as much as you can, I think, really to help out. A lot of times we would have put a study, an office, into what we use as a TV room. We wanted a designated room just for television, so we put this big desk here to facilitate having a nerve centre.
And the bar, great bar there.
It's the back of the lift, so we had to do something in the design to use the space. It's got the 2 fridges underneath, but otherwise that is the back of the lift. It makes this room feel bigger as well.
Magnificent kitchen with the elements. We have that the oak frame is actually used here in the full vault. Tell me about the design of the kitchen.
Although we wanted to pare back perhaps a little bit of the exposed oak in other rooms, I felt that this room needed to be one of the wow factors for the house. But I also wanted the island to feel like a piece of antique furniture, I suppose, really, hence the elm. And the kitchen was supplied by Thomas Ford Kitchens in Ripley, who are a local company, and they were fantastic to deal with.
The rooms are sort of separated in a way by the glazing, so it looks like it's open plan, doesn't it?
We have 3 dogs, so we had to be mindful that at night time particularly we needed to be able to put them in the kitchen, or if we go out for their safety as well. We didn't want to have doors because that obviously cuts the rooms off, and I didn't really want to have open plan, so we discussed putting the glazing in.
One thing that you have got, which is very desirable for most people these days, is you have a lovely pantry.
Instead of loading up the main kitchen with ovens and extra dishwashers and things like that, that goes into that room there, and they're all hidden in there. So, and our big freezer is in there as well. So it kind of takes away some of the kitchen appliances and moves them into the pantry.
Helen next door is an artist. The artwork really connects the plots together, and I think there is a story there about the 2 plots, isn't there? How the house that we're on was not just a planning permission for one house, was it? It was for 2 houses.
When we sold the last house, I was driving down this road and I saw a for sale sign up. The plot was previously a paddock,
Yes.
and it was owned by the two houses either side, and they agreed in the 1950s that they would not sell individually, that they had to be sold together. Took a punt. It had planning permission from the granddaughter of the people that used to own the plot for two houses that were really boxy and not what we wanted. And that's when we started looking for oak frame and builders and selected you.
The rest is history.
And the rest is history. And we bought the whole plot. Oakwrights actually helped us sell next door, but we wanted to have control over the house next door, so we chose the design. Well, you also got to choose our neighbours.
Yes.
So we're very lucky.
Yeah, we are very
lovely.
lucky. They're great neighbours.
So here we have a very special room, the track pool. This is my dream, this is. How did you find the track pool?
It's very strong, but you just set it for, your speed and swim against it, or you can walk on the treadmill on the bottom.
Then we've obviously got the sort of French doors opening out onto the patio beyond, so for the children, they can play inside in the pool. And you've also got across the garden a hot tub.
When they come in the summer, we lose them for the whole day. We don't see them at all. We
They
sit in the
sleep
middle
well.
and just watch them.
A full-size swimming pool is a massive building, but yet the track pool here is great fun. You can get all your exercise and you're not taking up a vast amount of space.
We've kept it from a design perspective so that the tile runs inside and outside, so there's no problem with anybody, with wet feet or anything like that. This side of the house is all tile.
And that tile runs on through into the hallway, the kitchen.
We wanted to keep as much light in that corridor as possible, so snatching it from the pool room made sense.
Within the hallway, they say the devil's in the detail. And here we can see the curve of the bottom tread stair, and the reverse curve on the skirting board looks very good.
Thank you. I had it in my mind right from the beginning that I wanted to have this as a curved area. I wanted it to be as clean as possible, show off the stairs, the spindles and the oak, and not be too busy.
So you've got the squareness, crispness of the oak frame, and then you've got the soft curves, haven't you, of the handrail, bottom tread of the stairs and that curve there. We're talking about elements with the Oakwrights, and this is the part of the house where we do not have the oak frame. So we've got the insulated panel.
I think your bedrooms, your master principal suites should be a sanctuary, really.
Throughout the whole house, whenever anybody arrived, they would think the house is an oak framed house. They would never notice that a section of the house is not oak framed, and no worse for it. It looks absolutely fantastic, doesn't it? How did you come to the style of home that we've got there?
Well, you have an amazing stable of designs available for all of us to have a look at, and we chose the Pipenwood. We stretched it and flipped it and kept some elements of the oak frame and took away others until we got exactly what we wanted, which was for us perfect. I'm very lucky because Jeremy's got a very good eye spatially, so I might say, oh, I think that could be that, and he'll go, that's not going to work. Why don't we look at that instead? So that's a very good
combination.
Good combination.
Good combination.
Definitely.
Great stuff. We have a bath in the master bedroom.
We do have a bath.
That is unusual.
So it's an opportunity for us to kind of catch up.
Yeah.
So one of us kind of
so
one of us kind of lies on the bed and chats away, and the other one's kind of lying in the bubble bath, and that's how it kind of works for us. We had to think about the bath because it is, I think I'm right that it's something like 160 kilos. Anywhere in the house where there are heavy bits of furniture or mirrors or artwork or anything like that, we've had mattresses put in behind to support them. So you do have to think about those design elements early on. Yeah.
There are a number of unique points about this home. Outside, that part of the building runs out, creating this magnificent arch brace trussed loggia with an outdoor fireplace. So we've got this running out from the house. It would almost be tempting to incorporate this internally, but if you can just allow that space to run all out, this is really, outdoor living at its very, very best. But it's always nice to think from your experiences of running through the process, what would be your tips, your top tips for any self-builder going forwards?
I think you've got to expect the unexpected. If you're building from ground up, you need to allow enough of the groundworks and all the different reports which come to a small fortune.
You need to think of every survey you could conceivably think of and have that survey carried out. because it's the one you don't do which you think they will not require right at the moment you think you're going to gain planning is they would like another survey.
From my perspective, I think be involved as much as you possibly can in the design process. Look at the house and look at the design, not just as a flat plan, but also if you can accommodate three-dimensionally, it's very helpful. I think it's important to find an area that you want to settle in.
Yes.
It also sits well in the road.
Yes.
There's nothing dramatic about when you drive past our houses. They're two very beautifully crafted oak framed homes, but they don't necessarily stand out, which is what we wanted really.
It looks absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for your time today. I've had fun.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I hope you've enjoyed the video, so please like, subscribe and leave us some comments. Ask us for what you would like to find out about self-build and custom build in the future.